All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us on a Friday morning. We are Finomics team. I'm a co-founder at Finomics. Today, I'm going to talk about I'm going to talk a lot about FinOps, Finomics, and two major points: AI for FinOps and FinOps for AI. FinOps is a FinOps Foundation member. We are also ISO 27001 compliant. We are SOC 2 compliant. So it's a very secure platform. On the agenda today, we have a lot of things to discuss. The most important thing is that why FinOps? Why do we need to talk about FinOps? There is a section where I'm going to introduce Finomics. I'm also going to talk about the platform, the process, the practice, the importance of right platform and platform process and practice, how it can create or how it can turn your FinOps into an operating muscle. I'm going to talk about, like I mentioned, AI for FinOps, the buzzword. I'm going to talk about FinOps for AI and how it is integrated as part of the Finomics platform as well. I'm also going to talk about why Finomics, what are the differentiators. So these are the points I'm going to cover. Towards the end, there will be a question answer session. You can ask your question in the chat window and I will be answering them. All right, so the major talking point recently is FinOps. And why FinOps at this point? Why is it so important now versus it was in the past? So there is a shift, right? There is a shift in the infrastructure. There is a shift in the way the business is used to operate from infrastructure point of view. A few years ago, a lot of large enterprises were having their own on-prem infrastructure, right? Everybody was focused on maintaining it in-house, right? Because it's secure, it's private, a lot of benefits. Then cloud came into picture and there was this shift from on-prem to cloud, right? The cloud migration. And it has its own advantages. Cloud comes with a lot of benefits, right? Hypervisors make it so easy for your business to operate that you don't have to worry about a lot of the concerns and a lot of the costs that was associated with on-prem. And then eventually it became that you don't have just one cloud, you have multiple clouds, right? We have multiple hypervisors and each hypervisor has its own services, its own features, functionality, which are better than the other, right? And as the enterprises grow, as the teams grow, sometimes it's a preference, sometimes it's an experience, sometimes they bring in the new cloud, right? We introduce that, okay, these are certain services and resources and things better in this one cloud versus the other. So it becomes that you don't only operate within one cloud, but you have now multiple clouds, multiple services, and it adds an overhead to your finance team, right? It adds an overhead to your operations team, right? Now you have a team that was managing one cloud, now you have a team that's managing multiple, or you need multiple teams managing multiple clouds. So all of this is adding into the cost. The last thing is the hybrid cloud ecosystem. So when the enterprises are really, really large, it becomes that you have on-prem, you are into multiple clouds, multiple public clouds, and then you also have a private cloud that you are maintaining. So you have this large infrastructure ecosystem that you need to manage. Now everything comes at a cost, and cost management is becoming a big issue with any enterprise. And that is why FinOps is important. If you don't have the right FinOps practice, you are going to end up spending a lot of money on just maintaining this large ecosystem. So why infrastructure cost is rising, right? We did some research. So before we introduced Finomics, before we built this platform, we had our own research done, and some of the major contributors of why FinOps is that the multi-cloud complexity, right? 80% of the organizations now run on multi-cloud. That's surprising, right? You have SaaS sprawl, right? Few years ago, SaaS was not considered like a part of FinOps, like, oh, you do not need FinOps for SaaS. But now it's becoming a major contributor to your cost. On average, an enterprise has 371 SaaS subscriptions. That's a lot, and that adds into cost. Now you have private cloud, hybrid cloud. We already talked about that. The cloud storage is growing, right? There is zettabytes of data in cloud storage. Cloud storage is not cheap. It's when you go to hypervisors, they are going to charge you for this storage. So there is a dollar amount associated with how much you are going to save into your cloud, how much you are going to store into your cloud. This is the most important thing, this AI, right? AI is the most interesting technology created so far, in my opinion. It is useful, it's adding value, it's creating its space. Now, we are not in a place where companies are just exploring, right? That, oh, where to use AI? How do I introduce it? How do I create value using AI, right? It is there. Everybody is using it. Your internal staff is using AI. Your customers are using your AI. Your workloads are now productionalized, right? It is running using the AI tools. Your teams, your development teams are using all these tools, AI assistants to kind of write your code. And it's all for the good reasons, right? Organizations want to invest into AI now in the hopes that it's going to create right return on investment, which is also very difficult to track. And if you are not being careful, if you are not watching how much you are spending on AI, your AI bill is going to skyrocket right now. And hypervisors have made it so easy for you to use these AI tools within the cloud itself. So the cost is rising. Even if you are hosting your AI on your private infrastructure, if you have your own GPUs, that also has a huge cost. So, and that is why FinOps is all the more important. Actually, one study suggests that AI is the largest contributor to the rising cloud cost. So we have to watch it. And last but not the least, the main point is that when you have this large ecosystem of public cloud, private cloud, on-prem, you have AI, you have storage, you have SaaS platforms. Now you have your teams, engineering team, you have your operation teams, you have your finance teams, right? And sometimes you have different business units, and each business unit has its own engineering, operations, and finance team. Now at an executive level, when you are looking at your cloud cost, you are asking the question, is that why my 2026 cost is higher than 2025, right? Why is there a 40% rise? What did we do differently, right? At that time, how are your teams going to respond to that, right? Is it finance's responsibility? Is it operations or engineering, right? A lot of times when we talk to our customers, this is a major factor that comes on the surface, is that raising that awareness and accountability on different levels and educating them that FinOps is not just one team or not just one department's responsibility. It is everybody's responsibility. Because even if you have a small team, you've just hired somebody, and so you hired an intern and they started exploring some AI features and they left that instance on, and nobody's looking at it for like a month or two, it's not being utilized. It's going to add a lot of cost. And at which point you're going to realize that, right? You need visibility into this. So when your cost is in millions, still every dollar every cent is going to add to that. So that awareness is important. All these teams, engineering, operations, and finance, need to work as one team to reduce the cloud cost. Some facts, right? There is 723 billion global Gartner report. It suggested that by 2025, it's going to be 723 billion spent in global cloud spend. Now that's a big number. I'm sure we have surpassed that by now. And how much of that is waste? How much of the cloud budget is wasted? On average, it's 27%. And these are all the facts. So that means you are on average wasting 27% of your budget. That's a lot of amount when you are spending, when your annual cloud cost is 20 million, 25 million or more. We have customers that are in that category, and that's a huge cloud cost. If you can save that 27%, that's a huge amount. You can use that for innovations, you can reinvest, or you can use that to better invest into other offerings that the cloud has to provide. And the last, most of the enterprises exceed budgets, right? On average, 72% of the enterprises exceed budgets. We recently learned about one company that they use their entire year's AI budget within first 3 months, right? And that happens because at an organization level, we are encouraging everyone to use AI, right? Adapt, learn how to use that. But there is a cost, right? How you use it, how much you use it, there's a cost associated with that. So this is all the research we did before we built the platform Finomics. Some of the pain points that we see here, we are addressing that using the platform that we have built. So what is Finomics, right? Finomics is our intelligent FinOps platform. It provides unified cost visibility across your public cloud, your SaaS, and private infrastructure. So the major pain factors that you saw earlier in why FinOps, right? Why do you need a FinOps practice at your organization? It is addressed through this platform. And I will talk about 4 major pillars of this platform. We have a ton of features at this point, but some of these 4 pillars are the major pillars that we have inbuilt into the platform. So we have multi-cloud visibility, right? You have cost visibility at organization level, account level, resource level, service level, and SKU level, right? And that's a very granular level. Remember when I talked about you have cost in millions, but you need visibility at every dollar, every cent level, because every dollar counts. We have SaaS support. We have about 50 plus integrations at this point for the SaaS platforms. You can see your license utilization. You can see your seat allocation. You can see your renewal optimization, contract intelligence. How does it work? Basically, let's talk about Microsoft 365, right? Almost all organizations use that. It's a cool tool, right? We need it. We can't live without it. But it does add cost to your cloud bill. And if you have this platform, all you need to do is just log in, click on your Microsoft 365 platform, integration we call it. You log in, you look at it, and you can see how many licenses you have utilized, how many total licenses you have, how many licenses are assigned, how many licenses are not assigned, how is the utilization of licenses, right? You have licenses assigned, but they are not being used for so many days, and it gives you that analysis. Along with that, now you have Copilot. Along with that, now you have storage cost, right? And you want visibility into it. So that is what this platform is capable of providing. And that's just one SaaS platform. We have multiple SaaS integration support like Salesforce, Slack. We have integration for MongoDB. We have integration for Databricks. And all of this visibility into like unified view, it gives a lot of leverage to your FinOps team, that they don't have to go check every single bill, every single cloud bill, every single SaaS bill. We have private infrastructure visibility. You can have CapEx, OpEx, your facility cost, your staffing cost, your maintenance cost, all in one place. And this is one of the major differentiators that Finomics supports. Now you got your infrastructure support, your ecosystem is covered, right? You have this unified FinOps control tower that your team just needs to log in and you have visibility. The last pillar that we have is the intelligence, right? What do you do with visibility, right? You can have the coolest tools that provides visibility, but what do you do after you have that insight, right? After you have that understanding, okay, this is my cloud bill, this is where I'm spending more. Where do I save, right? What all things are not important? What are the over provision resources? How many idle resources I have, right? As soon as the tool is on board, within a month, you can see that, okay, these many idle resources I have, I can definitely reduce that cost. So the AI powered intelligence, right? Like I mentioned, that it's the most interesting tool, right? It's the most powerful tool you have at your arsenal. So you provide forecasting. So we have AI powered forecasting. So you can have your cost forecasted for the next 30 days, 60 days, or for the entire year. You have anomaly detection, right? Patterns, right? Pattern recognition. Like, hey, you have this spike in this month, and that's very unusual because that's not the normal usage. And that's where AI is very powerful, because it learns, right, based on your patterns. And then it detects and it gives you the right alerts. Then you have the recommendations. And the recommendations are powerful is because it gives you an ability to act on the cloud cost. It's not just a recommendation, but it's a system where it gives you this power to act on saving the cost right away. And last but not the least, Finomics has its own conversational AI assistant, and it's very powerful. At an executive level, you do not have to go somewhere and ask your team. You just log in, you have an assistant, you ask the question in a natural language format, and you get the answer. So these are the 4 major pillars and major plus points that the FinOps platform, the intelligent FinOps platform, provides. Just a small screenshot that I wanted to attach here, and I wanted to showcase that how you actually see it. This is a multi-cloud dashboard where you can just log in and see that how much total of the cost I have incurred as of today, right? And then it shows you that, oh, you have this many hypervisors. This is the cost associated with that. How cool is that, right? So simple. It's simplified for your team. And once you drill down, there are a lot of cool features that I'm not going to cover into this session. We'll have upcoming sessions where my team or myself will talk about it. But this is how simple it is. And not just at the multi-cloud level, at the SaaS level, at private infrastructure level, it's all very simplified for your team to look at the cost and better optimize it. How many cloud infrastructure do we support, right? So we have AWS, we support Azure, we support GCP, Oracle, OCI, and also we support Alibaba. And a lot of competitors out there, they don't support all the clouds. Finomics is that powerful tool that supports all major public cloud providers. And we have private cloud support. So we have VMware, Nutanix support. So all in all, it's a really powerful tool that gives you that single pane of glass visibility across your ecosystem. Then SaaS platform integrations. We call these fintegrations. We have a lot of at least 50 plus inbuilt integrations. So now if you want visibility into your Snowflake, into your Databricks cost, into your Salesforce cost, GitHub, Slack, PagerDuty, right? HubSpot, Zendesk. You name the SaaS platform and we have an integration built for it. And we are still working on it. So if you have a need, if you have a SaaS platform that is not provided or that is not inbuilt yet into Finomics platform, our team is really nimble. It's going to work with your FinOps team. It's going to quickly build that integration for you, and it's going to kickstart that cost saving for you. A lot of times when we are working with the teams, that's the ask because we go in and they say, hey, I have this particular SaaS platform. It's costing me a lot. And if you guys can get started with that first, I would love to save some money there. And we do that. Yes, our teams are ready to do that. So SaaS platform support. Now I'm going to talk about the practice. Finomics is a platform, right? Is Finomics platform it's not the kind of tool where you just buy it and leave it and don't utilize it, right? You need to utilize the tools that are available to you, the platform that's available to you in the right way to create value. Cost savings, in my opinion, should become a byproduct of a value that a platform creates for an organization. And that's our continuous try, that it is not just the platform that we provide. We work with the companies to kind of establish the right processes, right practice, and we make it repeatable. So your cloud cost year over year, even if it's going to grow, it is better utilized, it is reduced. It is going to create value, it's going to create right return on investment, it's going to create profitability, it's going to create value, right, for the organization. So we have covered the platform part, right? So the platform has the capability that even if you don't have a FinOps team, let's say, you have a platform now, you have individuals assigned for this. They go in, let's say your DevOps team, right? They go in and they look at the cost. They look at how is your cost today versus last month or versus last year. And when you see the budgeting and forecasting, you can see how is your cost looking in the next 30 days, next 60 days, next 90 days, right? So the platform has all the features. So at any organization, when you want to create value for your FinOps practices, you need to have the right platform, and you have the right platform with Finomics. You need a process. Why process? Is because if you don't have the right tagging, right, it's not going to work. Basically, these days we are hearing, right, your AI is only as good as your data. That applies to any platform. Your platform is going to create value for it if your data is clean, your data is normalized. So we help you create the right tagging policies, tag the right resources, and then you have the right visibility. We work with you to create the right budgeting strategies. You put the right guardrails. It is monitored and it is enforced, right? And then anomalies, right? Approval workflows. The teams need to work with the platform to create the right workflows, to create the right logic, right? The platform, the AI is going to learn on its own based on the pattern, right? And that is where the teams need to pay attention, that what kind of anomalies it is detecting, right? What kind of alerts it's generating. Is it legitimate? And then we start tweaking the entire ecosystem one step at a time, and it starts saving you the cost, right? We realize that it is important that not everybody is going to be in the platform all the time. So how do they know that something went wrong? We need to create the right alerts based on the thresholds set by your teams or detected anomalies, right? So you have a Slack channel, you have the Teams channel, that is where they are going to spend majority of their time. Then the platform is going to send that alert that, hey, something is not looking right. Somebody needs to go and look at it. And that's good. It becomes a practice eventually. And now the last point we are going to talk about is the rhythm of doing it all, right? Once you have the right platform, the right process, you want to make it repeatable. You want to make sure that you are improving year over year, right? Based on your past experiences. And that is what the platform does on its own as well, that it is learning from your cost patterns, your usage patterns, and then it is predicting, right? It is detecting, it is suggesting. But if you are not better utilizing it, right? If you're just looking at it and ignoring it, nothing's gonna change, right? One of the article I wrote, I'm talking about you need to really care for the cost. Once you start caring, that's only then it's going to reduce, or only then you're going to better maintain it or better manage it. And it only comes when you have a right practice in place. Everybody is equally focused. And what we want to create is that the tool is so flexible. It creates this ecosystem where your engineering, operations, and finance teams are working as one team on this. It's like FinOps become a mission for your organization. So now that we have talked about the platform, the process, the practice, two major points I would like to introduce is one, AI for FinOps, right? How do we apply AI to make FinOps better, right? Proactive, predictive, conversational, right? These are the points. A lot of that I have covered, but I will cover what the industry is currently working on and how this is inbuilt into Finomics as well. So smart forecasting, right? Your 30-day forecast, your 90-day forecast, forecasting up to a year, your account level, team level, service level, right? Based on the seasonality, based on the what if modeling as well, right? So you can, when I say seasonality, by that I mean is that organizations have certain seasons where certain resources and services are utilized more, and then it goes down. So what Finomics does is that it identifies that trend and it forecasts based on that hey, in the month of June or around Christmas time, this services and usage is going to spike. So expect this, right? And then what if modeling. A lot of times our customers come to us and they ask that, hey, I want to tweak my budget. It's at 1 million. I want to see if I reduce it to 800,000, how is it going to look in the next 60 days or next 6 months? So that what if analysis already is inbuilt. So smart forecasting, intelligent anomaly detection, right? This is where AI can be the most powerful, is because it's learning, right? It learns your cost and usage patterns and then it alerts, creates the spike. You have custom recommendations. So you have recommendations where you, based on your usage pattern, your historical data, and whatever is your current state, the system is going to generate custom recommendations for your enterprise, specifically based on the learning that, okay, these are the places you can save cost. And it doesn't stop there, right? Because we have AI tools available now, that the way we have built it is that it generates the script for you and it gives you an option, right? The human in the loop, it is still needed. Yes, we humans, we are still valuable. So we need that human in the loop, and we have given you that feature that, hey, you have this script, you have this many idle resources, you can close them, right? You can decommission them. So, but not without your permission, because we don't know if it is really important or not, right? But the script is there for you. And then the coolest feature about this is that it is integrated with your ITSM. So it creates a ticket, it goes to the right person that, hey, take this action. It's in their Jira board, and then they are going to take the action. And it's two-way sync. So once they have taken care of that ticket, once they have decommissioned those idle resources, it's going to report back to the platform. And the platform is going to show you the actualized cost by that recommendation. So it's pretty powerful. The last but not the least, conversational AI chatbot. And I think I have covered that, so I will not talk a lot about it. One feature that I'll talk about for this is that you have your charts. When somebody is going and asking a question, it not only answers in the natural language pattern, but it also creates a drill down chart. It shows you that visualization, and then you can click on it and it can navigate you back to where it is in the system. In my opinion, this is the most powerful feature I have seen, because now as an executive, you can go in and say, hey, what was my 2025 AWS cost, right? It comes back with a chart. It showcases month by month analysis. You click on it, and then you can go to the dashboard where it shows in detail where did you spend on AWS in 2025. Pretty powerful. So that is what AI for FinOps, which is already inbuilt into Finomics. The other point I will cover is FinOps for AI, right? AI cost is rising. And if you don't have the right process, right discipline in place, it's going to go higher and higher. So when I say FinOps for AI, what am I talking about, right? I'm talking about token economics. A lot of us are aware at this point that there is a cost associated and a separate cost associated with input tokens versus output tokens. There are tokens included in your licensing, but then there is an overages that applies, right? And you need that tracking and alerts when that happens. You have a per term, per team, per app attribution, right? Which team is using more of this, right? Or which team is using less. So all that analysis, the token economics, is very important to understand. And Finomics has this token economics inbuilt. We have AI licensing cost, like I mentioned, Microsoft 365 Copilot cost, right? Claude, how many Claude licenses you have? How are your people utilizing that license, right? And a lot of other AI tools that we have, right? AI assistants. There is a cost associated with that. Now, active versus inactive license visibility, right? How many licenses you purchased for AI? How many you have assigned? How many are actually using it, and how many are not being used? So you can have that optimization. You can actually reclaim the seats and all use that for better contract negotiation next time. Sometimes it may not save you right away because you're already contracted. But the next time when you're going, you have this detailed analysis, you have this report. It generates nice reports for you that, hey, this is your cost, this is where you spend, this is where you don't need to spend, this is where you can save, right? And all of this can be utilized when you are negotiating your contract, so you can have better optimization. And last is the GPU instance span, right? GPU cost is rising, your compute cost. You need to know how many GPUs you have, right? How you are utilizing those. And that is already inbuilt into the Finomics platform. So FinOps for AI you can have a real visibility into where your teams are spending on the AI tools. Are they consuming it right? Is it being utilized properly, or you need to make any changes? So this is where FinOps for AI comes into picture. We have 5 differentiators, and we have private cloud economics, we have contract management, we have cloud migration, the FinBot, the AI for FinOps, and FinOps for AI. All of these 5 differentiators are inbuilt into the system. You don't have to go and have separate tooling for contract management, right? You have that visibility, like, okay, what's your commitment? What's your contract with this hypervisor, right? It's already inbuilt into the system. And this is a biggest differentiator. We talk to our customers and they love this feature because otherwise they don't have this visibility. And cloud migration, right? A lot of times customers are looking for, because they are in multi-cloud environment, or maybe sometimes they are just using one cloud, but now they want to move to a different one. You have this migration estimator inbuilt. You can go in and you can see that, hey, I'm into this particular hypervisor. I'm trying to move to this. Show me that what if analysis, right? If I moved all of these services, the licensing and everything that I have in this one cloud, how does it look when I move to the other one? How does it look when I migrate? And it gives you that side-by-side comparison at the service and resource level as well. It says that this service is going to cost you this much more or this less based on your consumption, based on your custom usage of that service. So, and that's, in my opinion, a really powerful tool, and that it's high in demand because cloud providers are always improving. They're always providing competitive pricing, competitive features, right? So that's, now you are, as a customer, you have a power to compare that, choose the best that works for you. So that's the powerful feature that I talked about. I have 5 more minutes left. If you guys have questions, feel free to put it into the chat window and I should be able to answer that. But if you don't have questions, I'll cover one last point, which is, do you have a FinOps practice, right? That's a question I'm going to ask you. And what's the differentiator? What do we promise as a platform, right? So you will probably, we have simplified the answer. Either you have a practice or you don't have a practice. You might have something in between too, and which is fine. I have an answer for that too, but I've only covered 2 questions. So if you do not have a practice at your organization, you're starting fresh. We come to you, we talk about this, we help you establish the right practice. We help you integrate this platform in your ecosystem. We help you establish the right process, right practice, make it repeatable for you. So you have that governance, control, and visibility across the board. And it's going to save you money, saves cost year over year. And the expected savings are 30 to 40% when you do not have a practice in place. Now, if you say you have a practice in place, you have people working on it, with the integration of this platform, we promise that we are still going to save you at least 10 to 20% in your cloud cost, in your SaaS cost, because it's not just one feature or one targeted tool. It's an ecosystem. It's a platform that gives you governance, control, and visibility across the board. So that's the promise we have. And last, I have the question and answer session. I will have to jump to Zoom to see if somebody has asked any question. I like when we don't have any questions, which means everybody understood what I said. I have 3 more minutes. So Thank you so much. This was a lot of information. It's a lot to grasp. It's a very powerful tool, very powerful system. It's going to be very helpful for your organization. Feel free to reach out to us. If you have any inquiries, reach out to us at sales@finomics.ai. We are here to answer. You can set up one-on-one demo. You can learn about this platform on LinkedIn. We have a newsletter. We publish every other week. You can read about a lot of cool things that we have done. We have a lot of customer success stories. We have a lot of cost savings analysis done, and specifically the features. We will come back in next few weeks and we will talk about some of the features that I have briefly covered. We will go in detail in those features and we'll showcase how powerful this tool is and how it can save you every dollar. You can have visibility on all the spend that you have and how we can save you cost. So thank you so much for participating. I'm really thankful. It's a Friday morning. I know you must have some plans. So I wish you all a really good long weekend, and we look forward to see you in our next sessions. It will be all the more interesting. A lot of the sessions will be more technical. So a lot of you may have some questions on how do we implement this FinOps practice at our organization, or what are some of the small things we can do right away that's going to save cost, right? So all of those things we will discuss when we see you guys next. Until then, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it, the entire Finomics team, and I look forward to seeing you again in our next session. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate your presence here.